Hello everyone, and in this video I'm going to be unboxing and taking a look at the NXEDGE Style Dukemon Crimson Mode and Beelzemon Blast Mode. Now, I was actually surprised to get more NXEDGE Style Digimon. We had these ones 5 years ago, which I got many years ago before I really started doing things on YouTube. I think the podcast was going, but it wasn't really happening on YouTube. So I haven't really shown these off before, but they're very cool. And these did get a re-release recently, just before, and I guess in the lead up to these being released. So I'm just going to put that to the side. Omegamon's sword is stuck on the light box. There we are. So we have these, which are pretty cool. And I honestly did not expect any more of these. We, of course, did have the Crusadermon and Duftmon NXEDGE style models in Cyber Sleuth, but other than that, we haven't really had much until the re-releases of the ones that I showed you earlier in the lead up to these ones. So they're pretty neat. I'm glad we're seeing Digimon that weren't in Digimon Adventure, and I've apparently not used my handy scissors to pre-open the packet like I normally do, so excuse me while I go about doing that ever so delicately, because I'm actually struggling with tape. You gotta worry. Do I get a refund at the gym for not getting the gains? Because I'm at the moment I'm actually struggling with this tape. This tape is known as the strongest thing known to man. There we are. I was able to win my battle against the tape. So I'm going to put those scissors to the side just in case I missed out on more tape. So let's start off with Beelzemon, because I like him. And I'm also hoping that I don't struggle with these in the same way that I do with the Shoto figures, which I also have one to unbox, but that's for a different video. But yeah, so it looks pretty cool in the packaging. Do like Beelzemon Blast Mode. I think he's a pretty cool guy. And fun fact, the Beelzemon, I think it was either Figure Arts or Figma, I can't remember, was actually one of my first Digimon figures as an adult. And it's the first time that I used Hobbylink Japan, which I still use Hobbylink Japan to this day. But in terms of where you can get these cool looking guys, I got mine from NXEDGE. This video is not sponsored by NXEDGE, but that's where I got them, because I really need to always say where I get figures from or anything that I unbox, because, I mean, even if I do ask, people are still asking in the comments where I got them. But yeah, I believe they're also available at Japan You Want. I don't think I saw them at Hobbylink Japan, but I could be wrong. But yeah, in terms of where I got them from NXEDGE. And as of recording this, and yes, I am struggling with more plastic, I'm going to get a refund from my gym because, or maybe I just need to use the plastic tearing machine more. That was a joke. That doesn't exist. But yeah, so as of recording this, why am I terrible? As of recording this, these are still available from NXEDGE. I don't know why I opened the stand first, but there's a stand. So you can make him stand up high. You can use the big one, or you can use the small one if you want to have him hang out on the low surface. As you can see with, what did I do? Oh, I've dropped them all. They just fell into my lap because I knocked them on my microphone, and also Omegamon's arm came off. I'll deal with that later. So as you can see, these actually connect together, so you can also connect them with the older ones. So that's pretty neat. I'm now going to put all of these on the cushioned dog bed next to me, so I don't have to deal with the horror of them collapsing randomly. But yeah, so we get instructions on how to do various different things, like how to extend the wings, how to use these posts. It says choose and attach. The interchangeable hand parts, so you can have his gun, but you can also just have hands. So various different poses that you can do with him. And I'm actually terrible with putting together figures. if you've watched my videos on the show dog figures in particular, you'll know just how terrible I am with putting things together. So we've got a gun, which I would assume, yeah, there we are. It's got a little slot on the back there, and that's got a hole there. So you can actually slide it in to that little slot. Oh, no, if you aren't terrible, you can actually slide it into the slot. But there we are. So that's got a little place for it there. He's also got an Elizabethan collar on, which is also known as the Cone of Shame. But yeah, so without putting any of the accessories on, and he doesn't stand up properly because he's a little bit back heavy. Same. But yeah, you can kind of pose him, and of course he has places at the back and the bottom for you to attach him to those posts. And then we have the tail attachment, which I will attach. But as I mentioned, and as you probably know if you've watched any of my other videos where I do the Shoto figures in particular, I'm actually the worst. And now he's even more bottom heavy because he's got a big tail. So I guess these figures aren't really meant to stand on their own. That's why they come with multiple poles for you to use. And you can also replace the hands. So we've got quite a few different hands, and we've got whatever this is. Oh, we've got a different face because in case he needs to put on his angry face. Because he's kind of like just smouldering, I think is the word there. But you can give him his angry face if you so desire. So yeah, a bunch of different accessories here. So that's pretty neat. And now we've got to look at Dukemon Crimson mode. Oh gosh, I forgot that he had a lot of wings. So the box is bigger because we have a big bunch of wings. So that's what he looks like. Oh, and the last thing I noticed was something that would have been cool, would have been a little ball to put on the end of that little purple glowing one. We did see similar with Alphamon. I don't have it attached, but they also had various accessories. You could make them look like they were charging their weapons. But sadly, Beelzemon does not get the same treatment. But he still looks pretty cool. But I guess so, back to Dukemon, who, I don't know why I call him Dukemon. I know that the English name is Gallantmon, but I've always just called him Dukemon. I don't know why. I watched Digimon Tamers as a kid growing up, so I watched the English dub. But I don't... See, some licensing things happened with Digimon Tamers. In Australia, it only went up to episode 30-something, so I might not have actually seen Dukemon, so that might be actually why. I don't remember. But let's look at these. So I'm not going to put the wings on because we know how much I struggle with putting... Okay, they're not... I thought they were individually individual wings. Oh, good. They look easy. Oh my gosh, this is so much nicer than the Shoto figures, presumably. Never mind, I'm awful at this. Yep. Spoke too soon. So you put it in the hole, and my phone is apparently too hot. So hopefully it doesn't stop the recording. Was I even putting in the right hole? There we go. Oh, no, I am terrible with putting figures together, and I have the curse of the bad hands, the dad hands, if you will. That's why I usually just give up the Shoto figures, build it off camera, and then do a second take where I'm just like, hey, and here's what they're meant to look like. So there he is, in all his dukedom. Dukemon Crimson mode. And then we have his his hair thing. Ponytail, I guess. I call it I'm not sure if it actually is his hair or just part of his helmet, but there we go. It's flexible. That looks really cool, actually. That is really nice. Like, they're both nice figures, but yeah, Dukemon definitely takes the cake. And he also has a weapon, which... Does he have any... He doesn't have other hands. Oh, you are... Oh, I see. That's cool. So you pull it apart, you put this hand, and then you push it back together. That's pretty cool, actually. So you're meant to push it closed, like so. That's actually a pretty cool thing. So he's got his sword, and then he's got his other sword, because you can never have too many swords. So less attachments for the Crimson Mode one than the Beelzemon one, but the Beelzemon one actually looks pretty cool. Like, that looks really nice. So yeah, fairly cool figures. And then of course we do have the stand, which I will put together, but in terms of showing off the figure itself, I don't really have to. Same way there's a hole on his underside there, just down the middle there. And you can make him fly and it look like he's fighting Beelzemon, or maybe they're working together. Maybe this is when they're fighting the D-Reaper together. But yeah, super cool figures. Very nicely detailed, more detailed than the original ones. I didn't get the re-releases though. I'm not sure if they upgraded them at all in their original run. From their original run, rather. But yeah, super cool. Shame that there's no like separate attachments and stuff other than just the weapons. But otherwise, unless I'm missing them, unless I put them up, nope, there's none. Just wanted to double check. But yeah, so pretty cool figures. Again, I got them from Zen and TCG, and again, as of recording this, they still have them in stock. So if you have any questions or comments about these figures, let me know in the comments below. Like this video for Beelzemon's smouldering face, I guess. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!